Okay, hello, JC. Today is Thursday, December 10th, 2020. And so you got your car fixed, your truck. And I'm glad that you got that fixed. Now you're rolling along safely. And you said it only costs about $150. That is great. Normally, I expect a cost will be about 300 or 400, but that's an older vehicle. You're saying, uh,
Yeah,
yeah. But by the way, JC, how is the weather there now in Utah? What part of Utah do you live?
it's southern Utah, right on the border of Arizona. Uh, it's it's got a small university, St. George, Utah,
Okay, all
right
right,
outside the Zion National Park,
all right,
and the weather is pretty comfortable here. It's considered desert.
yeah. What's the
Uh,
temperature today?
it's usually mid 60s.
Well, because today is kind of cool. It's getting cooler. You know,
Yeah, so it might have been, uh,
yeah,
higher, upper 50s last couple
yeah.
days, but it's still warm in the
Yeah.
sun, so very comfortable.
Now, have you anything new about a place to live? I mean, we talk about that, but
I'm looking at an RV
oh my God, okay, wait a minute.
trailer.
Yeah, and you look, okay, that's a
Uh,
possibility. An RV trailer,
it
yeah.
it is because I could buy one and just park it somewhere, and it's then I don't have to, you know.
Pay rent, but I mean, how about to the clean out of a RV?
I'm going to go look at one tomorrow. It's only about a 30-minute drive from my office here, but it's in another state. It's in Arizona. There's a strip of land between Vegas and where I'm living in St. George. It's Arizona
So
territory, and so it's
where would you put the RV?
I still have to find a spot. So I mean, they have kind of like RV parks to where it's just people that they might stay there for 1 month or 2 weeks.
That might be a problem. Is there a limitation of time you can stay at a park?
No, no, there's no limit. There's people there that they stay all winter. They just come down for the winter and stay there for 3 or 4 months.
Oh, okay, okay. And so they have all the facilities there. They have wash, they have clean out. Uh,
Yes. Now
yeah.
it costs, you're gonna spend $600 easily in electricity. They charge you for everything you use, electricity,
Yeah.
everything. You pay
But,
all the utilities, and it's a little bit higher than if I were to go um, get a place. But if I'm in the city, I can be right in the city, basically. So it's like I might as well do that.
okay, so, however, the RV, is that a
It
monthly
has to be.
cost? Is that a month?
Um, de- Depending on where I ultimately end up parking it, yeah. If you're staying at one of these RV parks, yeah, they'll charge you 600 bucks a month every month. It'd
Well,
be
it
like
seems
a
like
rent.
that's a lot of, it seems like that's a lot of money. Plus, you have to maintain the RV.
Well, what I'm saying is I would be buying the RV, my own RV, and I could
Yeah,
take it anywhere. And
right.
so the idea is I'm going to park it somewhere where I don't have to pay rent at all.
But like you're saying that however, the monthly cost of RV and the use of it and the space which you're going to park it and use their utilities, uh, that's going to cost you 600 a month plus maintaining the RV, fixing it, working on maintaining it. Is that less expensive than renting a room?
Yes, because the goal is you're not going to be always, parking it at these RV parks. I'm going to find a spot to put it eventually, right? I can go buy land at that point and
Yeah.
put it somewhere,
All
you
right.
know?
Well, okay,
I
so
I can go anywhere in the entire country
well, if you
and
do
park
that,
it
if
for
you're
free.
with your truck that you're using though, um, you might get 4 or 5 miles to the gallon.
Oh, I wouldn't be pulling it all the time. Yeah, are you talking about?
If you're going to be moving it and searching another
No,
place.
I'm only gonna move it and then drop it for a few months.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Okay. Is that something you're seriously considering?
Oh yeah, if it's a nice RV, it's like you don't want to buy, something for $30,000 or
Yeah.
something like that. I want to get something for maybe under 10, right?
Okay. And RV, this is a trailer or operating RV of a motorized RV?
Yeah, it's like one of those camper trailers that
Oh,
you
well, it's
just
not.
pull behind
Oh,
it.
okay, okay. It's a little bigger than what you have.
As far as the size of the vehicle,
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's 30 feet. It's 30 feet long.
Okay, so these are RVs. They are you live in
It
them, and they're
Yeah, it's just the trailer though. It's not the you know, one where it's
it's just
connected
a
to
trailer.
a
So you're going to be pulling it. It's just a trailer.
exactly, and I can put it anywhere and drop it
Okay,
and
okay, what you're saying. Yeah.
detach my truck from it, right?
Okay, well, that's something to consider.
Yeah.
That might be something you want to do. Okay. Well, that might be fine. That might be
Yeah.
great. The question is this, uh, how do you feel what the work is doing for you? Do you feel that you're developing um, more confidence? You're learning how to work on problems, or you find yourself, um, how are you doing with the work you feel, the work that we're doing? That's kind of a general question, but I might be more
I,
specific. Go ahead.
I'm feeling joy, honestly, about learning about how the emotions operate in
Okay.
us. That understanding of that is it's a pleasure to really get a grasp on that, because I could see how I was very
Uh,
weak.
and what area? So emotions. What emotions are you talking about?
Um, whenever I would whenever I would feel hatred or anger
Yes.
towards something or somebody else throughout any given day of going to work and just working in the public, it could ruin my whole day,
Yes.
and it can ruin relationships.
Yeah. Well, I remember that when you first came to me, your ex-girlfriend Krista was complaining about you having so much anger. So you came to me with the idea, how can you stop the anger? And do you feel anger more? What causes anger?
When we attribute the cause of our pain to anything else, we just point the finger at any other thing other than us.
What do you mean by that?
We're attributing the cause of our painful
Yes.
feelings to something else other than us.
Okay. And
Such as I was kind of blaming Krista
yeah,
for things not going the way I wanted them to.
very good. That little incident I remember that you had with Krista's daughter, and she was playing with the hose. Now, this was, let's say, over a year or two,
Outside,
4 years ago, but I still remember the incident. Uh, she was outside, it was a hot day, and she was playing with the water. And then what did you do? What did you say at that moment when you saw it?
I saw the hose running and the water just going into the yard. I mean, it had the entire yard. I had the biggest yard in Redlands across the street from the University of Redlands.
Okay, yeah,
Biggest
okay.
yard space in the entire
Yeah, and
university,
you and Krista and
full
her
of
daughter,
water. It looked like a swamp.
oh my God, it was full of water?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And then what did you,
So
so what did you say?
I said, okay, that probably just cost $200.
The water.
I just see dollar signs of, yeah, and we're in a, they're in a drought.
Yeah, so that was a waste of water, and Krista didn't see anything wrong with that.
Right, because it was hot that day. It was probably 90 degrees in
Yeah,
Southern California.
yeah. And did you have air conditioning in your house?
Yes, of
That's
course.
okay. All right. But you got upset about that.
Yes, so I told Sammy that we're going
The,
to shut that off now
the daughter.
because the pool was full of water and also the yard is full of water and she's soaking wet and having a good time. So I just shut it off. And she said, and so Sammy said, okay, well, yeah, I want to play with it on. And I said, no, we're going to leave it on. It's been on long enough. And so she ran and told her mom how we just interacted.
Yeah.
I just shut
Was
it
she,
off without
how,
asking.
how old was she?
Sammy was probably 5.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And so she didn't understand. She just wanted to play. And was she crying when you told her not to?
No, she was
But
not crying.
she ran to her mom.
Right, because she couldn't
Play anymore.
overrule
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna let her turn it on no more.
Yeah. She couldn't play anymore. All right.
Nope.
Now, what did Krista do?
Krista said she came outside and said to me, well, I told her that I could have it on. So let her have it on.
Really?
Because she said that she could have it on, then
Yeah.
that means that it's supposed to be on. And I said no. So we didn't have a conversation. It
Yeah.
was just an
Okay.
immediate
Okay. And
standoff.
so you felt pain, hate, and anger.
Yes.
And also, you gave Krista, or you gave Sammy, her daughter, free will, and she
Yes.
free choice. And you gave Krista free will for wanting her daughter to play with the water, and you gave yourself free will you're preserving yourself. You're saving money. Basically, that's $200 that you don't want to spend. Why waste that water? Because we have a drought. And so your desire was to maintain the property, be conservative with your expenses, and because you have a limited amount of money to maintain household and all expenses. And so you're not married, but you're living with Krista. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, right. Okay. Now, but you can see incidents trigger us. We are triggered by by others people's actions. And what triggers us is that, well, they stimulate us. We are triggered. Our every desire in us, we have thousands of different desires. And so we want something, and and someone else has a different desire. As Krista and Sammy, they had a desire to play with the water. You had a desire to stop it because it was costly. And because there's a drought, and this is in California. Redlands is more inland from, say, Los Angeles. And so, however, in this dynamic issue, you express your anger of disapproval of what there was going on. And so I think in your relation with Krista, you wanted to get closer to her, but yet she was beginning to pull away because you were always expressing your anger.
Yes.
And anger, it comes about when our desires are not met. that we're not getting what we want. And you wanted a family, you wanted a relationship, you wanted to take care of, you wanted to love Krista, you wanted to be the father of Krista's child, Sammy, and that was one intention. But as far as working out on problems, and like every individual, young and old, we have a problem communicating, knowing how to communicate. So do you feel today, almost 3 or 4 years later, that you can communicate a little bit better?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And that's what the work will help us understand. And how do we do that? Well, it's this incident you had with Sammy and with her mom, how your anger was expressed, because anger is desire, whereby through hatred we want to remove or destroy the object of our hate. So you don't want to destroy or hurt anyone, but you want to stop what is happening. And the only thing you want to stop because you're in pain. And what is the pain? What do you think the pain is?
You're not, yeah, it's when your desire gets checked, you feel like you have less power.
Yeah,
It's that transition,
exactly. And the reality is,
the
I don't
power
know.
to act.
Yeah, your power to act is diminished. You're not getting what you want. You want Krista to agree with you and to love you, and you want Sammy to be a good little girl and not cause problems, but she doesn't understand, and so we have a problem here, and so in reality, pain is a feeling of powerlessness, helplessness, and I don't know what to do. And we must acknowledge those feelings, because at the end of the day, you will reflect on what had happened, and you would say a journal, write in your journal, write about the situation and what happened, how I felt about it, what emotions I expressed, and what was the situation that triggered the emotions. And so once we begin to write, this begins to stimulate the active mind, the mind that wants to uh, understand. And that's why Spinoza calls the improvement of our understanding. These situations offer us the opportunity to begin to learn how to put in new effort, how to learn how to increase our power to solve problems, become problem-minded. And that's why the book that you have embraced from my teacher, How to Solve Life's Problems, it's so important. And it's taken me a long time to learn how to do that. And that's why I think that your power will increase as you learn how to work on problems of finding a place to live, to solve the problems of the vehicle issues that come about, or the job problem, or interacting with people. You're never going to get everything you want, and everybody is not going to agree with you. So you're going to have situations that are going to trigger your pain, hate, and anger. And the idea is to identify the emotions, to write them down, and to reflect upon it, and to begin to identify that our pain starts with our desire. We want something. That desire is diminished or not realized, and not coming about. And so we go automatically into pain. And pain is a feeling of a decrease of our power. What is our power? The power to act and to perform and solve problems and to go on our merry way, so to speak, to enjoy life. But now we are interrupted. And so when we are interrupted and our desires are not realized, we automatically go into pain. And pain is a feeling of, I don't know what to do in reality. I don't know how to solve this problem. I don't know. I feel helpless and powerless. As we begin to understand that and learn to surrender to those feelings, And to accept this reality where we are at that moment in this particular issue. We're not like that all the time. This particular issue brought it out. And the advantage is to learn how to address it, to see it, and to learn how to rise above it. To rise above it is what Louis C.K. did in his short video. He allowed himself, he pulled over in his vehicle and he listened to music that disturbed him because it reminded him of an earlier time in his life that it induced a lot of pain, and he didn't want to just hide from the pain. He didn't want to run from it. And people do. They use drugs or they use the phone to escape from themselves. Most people learn to escape from their feelings and don't want to address their powerlessness or impotence or feeling helpless. Everybody runs from those feelings, but we must address them and learn how to awaken the mind, because most people are in a semi-conscious state. What is that semi-conscious state? Is they are aware of their desires and what they want and how they're stimulated by the environment, but they don't know the true causes of those desires and how those desires determine their future. So a lot of times we desire something and then later we regret. An individual loves to go to a restaurant where it's like a banquet, and all you can eat. And the individual has a problem. They might be 100 pounds overweight, and they have a strong desire. They have another desire too, a desire to go to the gym, to lose weight, to be fit like they were when they were younger. But now they're 100 pounds overweight, and they can't stop this desire. And so the idea, so the desire is basically to get away from pain. Some of these desires is to relieve us from pain. And what is the pain of the obese person? Is there might be something in their life that triggered some emotional trauma that they're not able to get in touch with. So food is a way to feel better. However, too much of it causes diabetes, heart disease, other diseases. And we can't function like we used to. So people really avoid. So now what was happening in society, I would say at least 50 to 60% of society are overweight. Why? Because it's more acceptable. Whenever you go into stores now, and even the videos we see, people are overweight and it's become more acceptable because they're trying to say it's okay, but it's not okay. It's not really okay. The individual is avoiding the real issues of the causes that cause them to want to eat, to escape from their own pain of some trauma that they're trying to suppress. All right, so very good. And I'm going to end this because I want to keep this meeting short, but we're going to go on. And what you're doing, again, is you have a full-time job. How many hours did you work this past week?
Just 40. I think I'll be doing 40 for till the end of the holidays now.
Okay, because is work kind of slow down a little bit?
No, it's still consistent.
Okay, but you want to start doing your thing. You want to start with your some time off to work out your living situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and are you getting tired living in your vehicle?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a major sacrifice and
yeah. All right.
hassle.
Okay. Good luck on the RV that you're going to see. It's not a motorhome. It's RV. Okay. Well, an RV basically is a recreational vehicle, so it's not an RV. It's basically a living trailer.
Yeah, a camper.
A camper.
Camper trailer, what they call.
Well, actually, it's like it's something you live in, but it's like a trailer that you haul.
You could, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So
I'll keep you posted.
Okay, and I'll see you next same time next Thursday. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Okay, very good. And take care. Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.